What's up, everybody? Well, I got a Steam Deck gameplay video for you guys today, and today it's Death Stranding. And I already played this game a little bit on the Asus G15 Advantage, so I figured it was on sale on Steam for like 23 bucks, so why not buy it? Then if it ever goes off Game Pass, I've got it, because it was a pretty amusing game for just kind of walking around for the most part. And I'm not gonna lie, I even hated on it a little bit, but that's why you should always try things before you hate on them. You never know. At least with games, obviously it does not apply with everything. Otherwise people sit there and say, you have to try drugs or you don't know if you don't want to do them or not, and that's a stupid way of logic. Anyway, that's besides the point. Why don't we go get this one hooked up to the capture computer, because I know this one's gonna work. It's freaking verified. It better damn work, you know? So let's go hop over there.
All right, let's go through Death Stranding settings here. We're gonna start off on very high. Okay, guys, I haven't changed it yet, so let's go bump that up to very high, like I said. There we go. And now let's just go look at all the settings. There's not too many to look at in this game. We're using 4 out of the 5.4 gigs of VRAM. There seems to be about 6-ish to 7. I don't know what the actual amount is, but maybe it changes to its own suiting. Who knows? But let's hit confirm and get into the game. Well, all right, guys, let's start this out on very high settings. And I'm actually surprised. We're getting over 40. So I'm willing to bet. Whoa, I almost went off a mountain. That would have sucked. All right, so let's go over there, huh? But I bet if we lock this thing to 40, which I'll do at the end, this will be very playable. Hell, it's already playable. It's not like it's lagging real bad. And I learned something in this game that I wished I would have known while I was making it in the laptop video. You could just hit start. Since I wasn't using a controller, I probably didn't think to hit like escape or anything. And you could just skip all the cutscenes. And I already saw them, so I'm glad I didn't skip them because I wanted to see them before. But
Way out the rain over there.
man, I'm very impressed with this little Steam Deck. See? Skip. Makes gameplay videos so much easier because you guys probably don't care about that. You want to see how the game runs. You don't care about the actual story. Well, some of you might, but I'm pretty sure the majority care more about how it runs. Alright, well, I can't go down that way, so we gotta find a safe way down. And you know what? I finally think I know who this guy was reminding me of. I'm pretty sure he looks like a dude from The Walking Dead. I don't know if he modeled for the game or if it's just a coincidence, but I'm pretty sure that's who I was thinking of. Can't remember his name, though. I was into the show for like one season and then thought like they were going to go more like super in-depth with like how the zombies got created, but they was like, no, we're going to run from the zombies. All right, we found like people. All right, oh, never mind, all the people are dead. We got to leave again. All right, now, no more zombies. And it started getting a little too repetitive for my taste. And of course, that is not meant to offend anybody who actually enjoys the show. I mean, a lot of people would hate the shit I watch, like all the anime. Now for some default or high settings, whichever you want to call it. But it's right underneath very high, so I'm going to call it high. But I'll probably call it default in my little timestamps, because that's what they call it in the game. 3.7 gigs out of the 6 gigs of available VRAM. And we're almost to the bottom. There we go. So we're at the bottom. Let's confirm. And head into the game. Well, now let's do ourselves a little bit of some default gameplay. Let's put that on our back. And let's keep on moving. And it seems like we're getting a lot closer to 50 FPS now that we've turned it down to default. But I don't think, no matter what, I don't think we're getting 60 at this rate. It just doesn't seem plausible. Not without dropping the resolution or something, and then the CPU might bottleneck it even more or something, and then it still might not get 60. The lower you make the resolution, the harder you make the CPU work after all, and that's the one place they kind of had to cut back a little bit. It's not like it's a shit processor, but it's only Zen 2. So it's not 5000 series or anything. I believe it's 3000 series. Might not even be. It might even be 2000 series. Yeah, I think it would be. But it makes up for it by having really fast GDDR5 memory, or some weird form of DDR5. It's some weird shit, but it's really fast. And then it also has RDNA 2 for a GPU. Even though it's not the most powerful GPU in the world, it's still very powerful for what it is, and it's really good on wattage. So it sips power when you want it to, but obviously we're not letting it do that right now. We're forcing this thing up to its utmost limit right now. Alright, I think let's cross right here, because if I remember correctly, if I go over there, it's just a dead end. And then if I go right here, I can at least climb up, get some stamina back, and then continue walking through. Yeah, seriously, don't be so serious, guys. Gotta listen to the song. Hey, some drugs. We got more room for drugs. Let's pick up the drugs. Bam. Drugs. Alright though, I don't want to go in the city yet, so why don't we just keep exploring? Well, first let's move on. Well, now for medium settings here. So let's just scroll on through. There we go, medium preset. And there's not too many settings in this game, so still 3.7 gigs out of the 6 gigs. That just seems to be about what it wants to use. Now let's confirm that. Now that we've reached the bottom, and now let's go hop in the game. Well, now let's get a little medium gameplay in. And it seems like we're just barely getting over 50 most of the time, dropping into the high 40s here and there on medium. So yeah, people that want a close to 60 FPS experience, this isn't so bad. Especially because all we're really doing in this game is walking, running, and I think you can shoot in this game, but when I played before on the Asus G15 Advantage, I didn't even bother. I didn't know how. I had to get like caught out in the rain, and some weird ass fucking alien motherfucking like demon creatures would come out of the thing, and then a big shark made out of goo would come after me. And it legit reminded me of a fucking creepy anime I saw where like fish and sharks and everything just developed these weird like mechanical legs. And then anybody that got stepped on by them would turn into like this big puffy ball of like gross smelling fat. It was really weird. Alright, let's pick this up too, why not? I think I actually missed this one the first time around. We'll just keep running around looking for shit for now, since I don't want to go in the city and continue with the story quite yet. We'll do that at the very, very, very end. When we're about to wrap up, I'll go turn this shit in really fast. Hey, we hit 60 for a second there, looking at a frickin' wall. Nope. This. I'm just gonna go up to this part right here. I'm not gonna bother going up any farther. We can look out into the city from here. Let's start heading back down now. Well, first let's move on. Now for low settings. So let's just cruise through here real fast, and then we'll get into the game. And there we go, we are to the bottom. So let's go ahead and confirm that. Confirm, and then into the game. Now we got low gameplay. which honestly doesn't seem to be doing any better than medium, honestly. At this rate, I would probably just run it at medium, because this just looks really bad and gets the same FPS. Medium at least didn't look absolutely horrible. You could definitely tell the terrain looked a little soft. But I think the best way to play this game is limiting it to 40 FPS and putting everything up to the maximum, which I will do right after this. And we'll also do FSR after that. Or I might mix them up. I haven't decided yet. Oh, can't go through that. I remember that. That shit is off limits right now. At least until I progress. And have to do something, but I'm not going to ruin that because it is a pretty important piece of the story and I don't want to ruin it, so I'm just going to keep my big old fat mouth shut. Yes, sirree. Because when me and Danielle were living here, that's one of the main things I kind of would fuck up sometimes. I'd be telling her about a cool anime or a cool game, and then I'd accidentally get so excited I'd like ruin half of it. And she never really grilled me too bad about it, but I could tell, I could see the disappointment in her eyes about it. So she was just being nice, but she was still very disappointed. So I eventually learned my lesson. Though, a part of me always makes me want to go, oh man, I wished I would have earlier, but you can't fix the past, but you can change the future. That's what I always tell myself anyway. Okay, so that's what those are. I was like, what the fuck are these footprints? For a second, I thought they were literally some creature coming from the outside of the wall and walking around. But it's just me, showing me where I was.
Thank you.
Oh, it's that weird shit. That's like the little barrier to the city. If I walk through that, they immediately go, oh, I know who is coming in. It's blah, blah, blah. Alright though, let's move on. Now we'll do a little 40 FPS limit. So I just want to show you guys here on this screen, we are definitely at 40. So now let's go and I'll show you the other settings. And that is the bottom. So let's go ahead and hop in the game. So now we've maxed the game completely out, or at least I thought so. This grass looks really fucking terrible still, though, for some reason. I'm just gonna check to make sure I didn't accidentally hit the button and put it to low real quick. This is kind of unprofessional, but I just want to make sure instead of sitting here doing all this work and then find out, oh no, it was on low the whole time. So no, it is. Maybe it just hasn't had a chance to render it, or...
Sam, he's our man.
Yeah, there you go. Your own personal cheerleading squad. All right, now I think it is. It just was, it just needed some time to just chill, and then it kind of looked a lot better now. I couldn't even tell, like, the leaf particles apart, but now I can actually almost see the little lines on the leaves. But, yeah, look at that. It pretty much gets a constant 40. Every once in a while it drops down to like 38, 39, but for the most part, 40 all the time. So, super smooth now. And it looks really good, so this is probably how I would play this game. Because, like I said, it's not exactly action-packed. If it were a super fast first-person shooter, then yeah, I'd want more FPS. But then, again, I probably wouldn't be playing games like that on this kind of device to begin with, personally. Of course, that's just me, and it doesn't mean you can't do it. I just recently tried Counter-Strike's Global Offensive on it, and it handled it just fine. Sure, it wasn't getting, like, super crazy, like, insane FPS, but it never dropped below 60, even though I was hosting my own server, which drops the FPS a little bit, because the CPU has to do all the bot work and shit. So, eventually I'll go and just join a regular game and embarrass the hell out of myself and see what kind of FPS it can get one day, but I'll do that a little later. Don't want to do too much of the same game, after all. I already do enough of that with the Asus G15 Advantage, you know? I do that same game 4 times. Why, hello, Misty. Are you coming to visit while I record video? Or audio, technically? And alright, let's move on. Alright guys, now we're gonna do some FSR. Oh, Misty came to join me. You're gonna sit on my lap? So, there we are. We have FSR turned on, and besides that, we're on maxed out settings still. So, let's just run around and get a little gameplay. Now, hopefully she doesn't get bitey. Sometimes when I'm, like, recording video or singing, she'll get a little bitey. I don't know if she doesn't like my voice, or she thinks I'm yelling at her, or what. So I just don't want her to do that, so hopefully she doesn't. But what I want and whatnot doesn't necessarily mean nothing, you know? The kitty will do what a kitty will do. And she had a traumatic experience. There was a thunderstorm earlier this morning, so she hid underneath my blanket the whole time. Ooh, there's more cargo. I knew I forgot to pick that up earlier. Okay, there it is. I was like, where the hell is it? Alright, wow, I'm getting pretty heavy here. But we're close to the freaking place, so who cares? Let's start heading that way now. Fuck it.
Beginning scan. Cargo verified. Thank you.
Alright, let's keep on running in. We'll just go deliver this cargo and then probably call it quits. And it really seems like FSR kind of screwed us over and made the game run way worse, doesn't it? I could just be being stoned, but I'm pretty sure this is way worse FPS than even 40, because when we were doing 40, we almost never dropped below 40, and then we were dropping way under 40 now. Alright, we made it to our destination. Activate the terminal. Alright, let's complete the order. Confirm. Hey, and I got an achievement.
Delivering cargo.
And alright, why don't we wrap this up?
Well, alright guys, that is a wrap for Death Stranding, and it played pretty good. We couldn't quite get 60 unfortunately, but it seemed to handle 40 maxed out and not really drop low. It went down like 39 a couple of times, but lots of games do that. Even when we're like 60, they'll go down to 59, 58 for like a millisecond or two. But I'd say it's more than playable. This is not exactly a super action-packed game, so I would call that perfectly playable on the Steam Deck. And that is probably why it has a verified badge. But anyway, that was a fun little Steam Deck video. But that's all I got for you for now. But till the next one, peace out, guys.